people. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me look and see what's happening.
Add to stage. Add to stage. Can you hear me?
It's the old one. It's the old one. Okay, I'm live and I can hear myself. It's the old one. Okay, I'm live and I can hear. I'm waiting for you to join the studio.
Okay. Okay, I'll and
Okay, I see you. Add you. Add you. I think I heard you this time. Say test 1, test 2. Mic check. Tashi.
mic check.
Okay, wait.
But
I'm like hearing you through the phone.
Yeah.
Let me hang up. Mic check 1 2 1 2. No. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Okay.
Mic check
No
1 2
sound
1
for
2.
you. Can you hear me? Not sure if someone's in the room besides me and you. No. Okay. If you had just made it into the room, please chat in the box to let me know who you are so I know that you can hear me as well. Okay, perfect. Let's see if anyone makes that over. You might have to use my school laptop. Can you hear me? That would be helpful. Let me know. Can you hear me? It's the best way to share this. Maybe from a different. Oh, perfect. Okay. Sharing to Instagram. Let me turn that music down because I know they don't play on YouTube. My mic sound nice. Check one. Ooh, PUFF. I'ma make 'em go deaf. That's unfortunate we couldn't get sound for you. You're just gonna be typing. If you're in the room, say hello in the chat so I can acknowledge you and also tailor this live to whoever shows up. Welcome. Let me know if you can hear me as well. That's always helpful to me. This is really my first legit live on YouTube, so it's going to be very experimental. We tried to get Tashi the Rightrovert on stage and it just didn't work out this time. But I'm looking at the chat. This chat is so much easier to read than Instagram, so I feel like I can keep up with the conversation a lot better as well. Right, there is another viewer in the chat besides the Rightrovert. I'm waiting for you to acknowledge yourself. That would be so helpful to me. Who are you? Who are Jackie? Well, welcome. Can you hear me? I need as much feedback as possible because this is my first time using this. I'm using StreamYard. And I really like the setup. It's so much better than Instagram Live already, I could tell. But unfortunately, we couldn't get we couldn't get Tashi on stage. Do you want to try and come on stage? I just want to see if this stage thing works. Oh, it says having issues. Let me click this. How can we help? My guest didn't have sound. I couldn't hear my guest. I couldn't hear my guest. Have you heard of StreamYard, Jackie? I can't hear my guest. Have you clicked? Yes, I did that. Have you clicked your guest? Have your guest go to settings, audio. When they speak out loud, do the gray dots flash. Tashi, I kind of want to try this again. I think if we try this again, it's the same link. Hey, Sharon, it's the same link as before. So Tashi, try one more time. Let's see if we can troubleshoot this. Because office hours, really, I have to be able to bring guests on, especially Tashi. I'm done doing all this sermonizing, y'all. Hello, everyone. We're still working out some technical concerns. Please be patient. This is my first time using this particular platform. It's called StreamYard that broadcasts to YouTube because YouTube doesn't necessarily let you go split screen automatically. So, and I'm going to need split screens from here on out because I'm not about to be the only one talking in 2025. Okay. Ain't that right? Talk bang thing to me. I see what you've been doing too. Okay. It alleviates the pressure. Have someone else on stage with you, please. Thank you. Go for it. I think they do have the feature, but I don't have enough followers yet. They like stair step you into different amenities. Hey, Patience. Hey, Sharon. Thank y'all for introducing yourself when you come in the room. It's so much easier to see the chat on this. Oh, it's beautiful. It looks good. Okay, let's try with Tashi one more time. Adding this page. Oh, hello. Say
Hello.
You did, honey. But I can hear you. Can
I can hear
everyone
you.
hear Tashi? We
Is
in
it
business.
too windy? Because I'm outside.
I don't hear it yet. If it gets too windy, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I don't know who walked in this room and made this thing work for us, but one of y'all got the magic touch. Did you do anything different?
I did what they said. I just like went into because I went into the settings before to check the audio, but I didn't try speaking.
Oh yeah, that's what it was about. It was about to tell me to do that.
Yeah. So I
Yay!
did that.
Oh my gosh, yes. Can everyone hear both me and Tashi? I think it was patience too. I think you're right, Jackie. Walked in the door. It started working.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're in business then. Whew, hallelujah. It is that time. Everybody is figuring out what time it is around here. I feel like everyone who is in this chat right now are the people I don't have to explain what time. Hallelujah. Sharon definitely knows. Patience knows. Jackie, I know you know. Everybody knows what this is now. Okay. Welcome to Office Hours now on YouTube. When things like that happen to me on Instagram, that is always a sign for me to pivot. It's never a sign for me to be like, oh my God, why? No. Because I have been wanting to do YouTube lives for a good 4 years, seriously, for a very long time. And just never made my way over here, just never could tear myself away from Instagram. I got very comfortable. I met a lot of great people over there, and it's a great way to build community. YouTube is a harder place to build community, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a good place to content create, but not to do what I want to do, right? Which is why, like someone like Jackie, you're gonna do so well over here, Walia. But y'all know that ain't my real forte. It's about linking up behind closed doors after we hook you. So I was like, I'm not going to YouTube without my tribe. So here we are. We know how to gather ourselves. We know how to pivot. We know how to move when the divine say move, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube has been calling me for some years. And now, of course, the new platform that we're going to give a lot of chances to people. We're going to be very patient and also be on fan base. Okay. But in order to just accommodate most people, this is why I love YouTube, because we all found BTS through YouTube at some point. So that's how universal this platform is, even more so than Instagram, even more so than TikTok. It's the one. It is the one that is, to me, the most like when I was in film school and they said, there's going to be this media one day that overtakes TV and we don't know what it's going to be yet. So we're going to call it new media. YouTube set it off. Right. So, and it's still, carrying its weight. So thank y'all for being over here. I just switched to yes, I love the fact that I can do this with my laptop. I love the fact that I don't have to scramble to let me set this phone up. I'm grateful I didn't have to worry about my battery power because your girl is only on 50% on her phone. Like it's already like it over here. The energy is feeling good over here, okay? So welcome back to Office Hours, y'all. I know it's been a minute, but I wasn't gonna do none of the work to get us over here without being forced to. So I appreciate all the negative forces that thought that they were working against me. I love when they do their job. I love when they carry out the mission. You know? I love when the little cretins, little worker bees, and they're like, okay, we're going to force you to, thank you, because you did it. Good job. And I know that this space has trolls as well. So, I mean, we ain't getting out of none of that, but we might have a little time before they find out. Okay. So anyway, all right, y'all. I was so in the energy of just getting the technical things together. I didn't necessarily set the energetic tone. So just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Just kind of hang out. I need to drop in. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. This is Mars Day. If you celebrate the BTS version of this is, what is it, Tosh? It's Yoongi Day. And Tuesdays, for basically um, since I did that post with all of their days representing, I kid you not, I can count on Tuesday to bring me a level of energy and fire and passion as soon as I wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's been pretty consistent, except for like a few, exceptions to the rule when, but I can count on Tuesday. Even on Mondays, I still be a little, Tuesday, I'll be like, it's going to be okay because tomorrow is Tuesday. And it did not fail today. It did not fail. My energy is like, whew. That's why I got to I got to spend a little time coming down a little bit. Because as much as I enjoy being I enjoy being the fiery little preacher on the pulpit. I know. Because I've watched it all my life, so I can go there, Yeah. But in this season, I have to be a lot more intentional with my energy. I have to withhold a lot of my energy more and allow other people to take the stage and create space for new voices. Okay. So everyone, I want y'all to send a lot of love to the young lady on the stage with me because it's been a journey even to get her to this point. Yes. It's always a journey for everybody. And I'm sure, Jackie, you've been experiencing it with the crew of people you've been inviting to the stage. This is very intimidating when you first start. And then it takes people like me who's done it for a little bit to be like, I know, but once you get over it, it's actually really fun. And it takes a while for people to believe you. And then they do. And then it's like, okay, we can finally get to work. Yes. Did I kind of, yeah. Yes. I love lives. This is my favorite part of social media, I think.
You love lives. Lives are so intimidating.
I love them because I'm a J-Hope girl. It's a stage. Mm-hmm. But don't be acting like you don't like the stage too, Tashi. Come on now. Okay.
I do.
Let's take it back. How many of y'all, we know that Tashi is Tashi the Rightrovert? Oh, you can't hear Tashi, Sharon?
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear her. Is there anybody else who can't hear her? I'm going to make the suggestion, if you can't, to like leave the live and come back and see what happens. Is there anyone else who can't hear Tashi? Okay, Jackie can hear you. Patience, can you hear her? Okay, you can now. Perfect. Did y'all know that Tashi has a background as a theater kid? Who could have guessed that was true of Tashi until I just told you just now? I need feedback in the chat. Because when she dropped that on me, I was like, excuse me, you've been holding out.
Yes.
Could anybody have guessed that Tashi was a theater kid? What gave it away for you, Patience?
Really?
I had no freaking clue. No, she didn't know. Sharon said she didn't know. Patience said she didn't know. Is Jackie still in the room? That's enough. Nobody knew. Never. I take her more as an introvert. Could you share a little bit about your background in theater, Tashi?
Yes. So I did theater for 3 years in high school. And when I went to college, even though I didn't finish, my major was in theater. I was gonna double major in theater and psychology.
I don't think I knew that either. So, did you have to audition to get that,
Um,
or
oh,
you just picked it?
I think I just picked it. I did have the opportunity. I don't think you knew this either. I had an opportunity to go to a conservatory in New York.
Yeah, you
They
don't need to tell me that.
they saw I think something that I did with my school. Like they were there in the audience.
So you was about to get recruited to study theater in New York.
Yeah, but I was too scared.
Let's breathe, everybody. How do you feel about that now?
I don't feel like that was a bad decision. Because I feel like not going led me to where I am now. So
that's a cute answer. But let's talk to your inner little teenager. How does she feel about it? She okay with it? She's
wanted
good.
to go.
She wanted to go. And you know why I know? Because I was just talking to Josie about this on the phone the other night. I had to make a similar decision. I was a theater kid in high school, but somewhere around senior year, all the theater kids start wanting to be filmmakers all of a sudden. We were just kind of over theater and we was moving on to the next best thing. But when it came to USC versus UCLA, they both have film schools, they both have theater schools. USC is known to be the better film school, but UCLA is like number 2 or 3, okay? But when you apply for UCLA, you can't choose film your freshman year. You can't apply until junior year. So you have to pick something else freshman year and then hopefully get in junior year. So when I was deciding what I was going to apply for UCLA, I picked theater. Okay. So I was able to apply directly to film school at USC and I applied to theater school at UCLA. And with UCLA for theater, you have to do an audition. So what happened with me is I applied to both schools. I also applied to my dream school, which was Berkeley, University of Berkeley, okay, in Berkeley, California, which has nothing to do with theater or film. It was just the fact that I had visited a few times in high school and fell in love. And so I remember my parents taking me to LA. We went to UCLA's campus. We went to USC. And everything about that trip made UCLA look like the bright, shining star. Oh, it was a sunny day. The campus is so beautiful. The neighborhood is so beautiful. I ended up meeting Master P. I was like, I'm supposed to be at UCLA. My parents, we went into the bookstore, stopped buying up all this UCLA stuff. It just felt like it was going to be UCLA. Even though if you are not a California resident, getting into a UC school is one of the hardest things ever. Okay. You are not a California resident. The chances of you getting into any UC is very slim, but I didn't care. And so I remember leaving that campus and being like, this is where I'm gonna go to school. I'm just walking around like this is where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna just do theater for 2 years and I'm gonna be in film school. And then Jaren knows this, she's a California resident. And then we went to USC the next day and it was overcast. It was smoggy. It was kind of cold that day. And I didn't like it. And it was in the hood, and I've lived in the hood before, and I didn't really want to go back to the hood. I went to the Westwood. And I was like, no, I'm good. If I don't get into the school, it's fine. I want to go to UCLA. And so when it was time to apply, sent off my applications, ended up getting a call. Like I got a chance to interview at USC, which is not something you get to do. I interviewed in the regular like admissions office, but then I got another interview with the film school, which is like, that don't happen for everybody, okay? So already the divine is like, look over here again at USC, okay? Just and then when it was time for me to make my appointment to go back to LA to go audition for UCLA, and I'm sure I prepared myself and my theater teacher helped. And I could find this and look this up somewhere in the newspaper. But the weekend that my family was going to drive me back, because we was driving for whatever reason, even though my family flew for free, there was a freak weather incident on the I-15 where there was ice on the I-15 and they shut down the freeway and we could not leave the city. And so I never got to audition for UCLA. So therefore I had an incomplete application and technically never applied. And then once I don't remember if that happened first or if I went to USC and killed that interview, by the way. Like, once I walked in that room, I was like, I'm about to seal my destiny, because they're giving me the chance to talk about why I need to come to this school. I'm a theater kid. I went up there and performed my butt off in that interview, and I'm a speech and debate kid. I had all the tools as a speaker to convey why I needed to be. And I mean, I felt like after that interview, then people might as well have been like, and I knew I got in, but I had to wait for them to tell me. And I got into USC Film School, and the rest was history. But my inner little teenager at a certain point knew that she was only choosing filmmaking because she was more scared of the risk of being an actress and pursuing theater.
Yeah.
I could be behind the camera. I don't have to be subject to beauty standards and weight requirements, and I can have a skill that nobody can take from me. I'm gonna go with the safer. Filmmaking was the safer thing for me. But deep down on the inside, y'all know. I got into UCLA, that USC probably wouldn't even had a chance, honestly. I would have risked it. Because it would have been, and then the fact that I would have gotten into UCLA as an out of state, God knew. And so she was like, no, don't even give her the option. So yeah, I know your inner teenager wanted to go, Tashi. I know this. And that's not to say she still is like regretful or anything like that. But now you have a mandate to give her what she needs, which is a stage. She needs a space to express on a stage, whether it's an actual physical stage or a digital stage, just like this one. And so that's really, honestly, probably the reason why me and you were connected for this, for this growth journey for you. Once she said she was a theater kid, I was like, oh. Well, I know why I'm her mentor. Like, it was really clear. It was really obvious. But before that, I was like, I mean, writing is cool and I can encourage her in that, but I don't have the same, we are very different. But once you said you would, and then what was the breakout role for you?
I was Dorothy in The Wiz.
I can't think of another role for a young Black actress to most desire to play. Ever, honestly. She said, of course you were.
Of course I was. Aww.
It's just too on the money. You just hit every note up until. And then what was the experience that you told me about? Because you said, you mentioned some people in New York saw a performance, but speak again to your connection to New York and theater.
Oh, I went when I was a sophomore. I went on like a trip out there. It was 2 weeks, and it was a theater conference out there where we stayed at Fordham University in the Bronx. And we wrote our own plays, we directed and like performed them for the theater troupe. We got to see a play on Broadway. We got
What
to
do
go.
you think?
We saw Phantom of the Opera.
Classic.
Oh, so excited to see Phantom of the Opera
On Broadway.
on Broadway. Oh, that was so good. And then on the same trip, we didn't see it, but we got to go to the theater that they were doing Wicked at. And we went behind the scenes there.
So Wicked was already out.
Wicked was out.
I mean, you couldn't have got better brand names than The Wiz, Wicked, and Phantom of the Opera. So I already know what your inner little teenager wanted to do, Tasha. You ain't fooling nobody. Oh, but no, that's what that is your ego coming up with a story to feel okay. And I think that that's a safe, protective measure that we do. All of us have done it, but it's okay because I got kids out of it. He gave me my kids. Yeah, he took you through hell. So it's a both and, right? And we have to acknowledge both the glory and the regret.
Yeah.
Because when you don't do that, there's a part of you that's lying to yourself. Okay. And when you can begin to acknowledge that part, that's when the divine will bring you full circle and allow you to go and return, go back and get it, and then have the fulfillment that the inner little one really wants. Because otherwise, what will you do? You will admire other people from afar, put them on a pedestal, become their fangirl, idolize them for forever, and stay stuck in your, say the word, the Lulu. And this is the choice that so many of us make, not just in Army, in life. But with Army, it's so particular, the tricky little ways that they make it seem like it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just Delulu. It's just Delulu. No, baby. That Delulu is a cute little cover up.
Yeah.
For a deep seated desire that you pushed and you pushed and you pushed. And this is what I love about BTS. They're going to be like, bring that out real quick. Let's talk about that one. Let's talk about that performance desire that your inner little teenager has. Let's see. Which one for Tashi? RM? No. Jen? JK? No. V? Jimin? Kinda, sorta. Yoongi. Yeah, go on get her. That's the one. Send him to the case. But then they'll be so good at it, right? They just keep you right there in la la la. He's just so amazing. Oh my God, it's all him. It's just Yoongi. Marry me. And then you never come and unravel the truth, which it was you. It was you. It was your inner little teenager, Yoongi. I'm going to need you in a few years, bro, to let me remember this. But if you play the fangirl game too long and the idol game too long, you will sit right there with every other member of Army and pretend that you don't have some deep-seated desire that you know that you playing yourself. You've been playing yourself for a while. And so this is the journey for Tashi, y'all. She has been the most amazing, brilliant exemplar of someone I have seen start from the very beginning of not even being aware, having no awareness that everything I just mentioned is what she was doing. And it wasn't like I was so mystical. I knew it too, Tashi. Like, but then there were certain things that you started to say, and I was like, uh-oh. Like, uh-oh. Danger. We're in the danger zone. Okay, I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm not gonna move too fast. And we might as well get it out the way. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. The moment that I recognize that, oh, she's in Molly, you in danger, girl. And that it was my responsibility to help you see the light. Because I can see danger on a lot of people, but they're not my responsibility. What was it, Tashi? What did you tell me that I was like, whoop? What? Own it. Because once you own it, you release the shame of it, right? And then nobody can use it against you. And now it becomes this really funny joke that we can just talk about. Yes. Okay, go for it.
I contributed to a billboard out here.
Whose was it?
I can't remember what it was for.
Was it Jungkook?
I think it was Jungkook.
For what? And you don't even remember what?
I don't even remember, but I know I gave my money to it.
How many years ago was that?
It was a while ago. It was like near the beginning.
When did you become Army?
2021.
So somewhere in 2021?
Somewhere in 2021, 2022. Somewhere around there. I don't know.
Do you think you have been in Army for a whole year?
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I feel like it's such a...
That's how quickly you have transcended all this.
Yeah.
That you that's good. But we need it for, everybody else. We're gonna have to do something.
I know.
So for me, there have been a lot of things in this fandom that I have seen that caused me some alarm. But nothing like hearing about just generally Army doing stuff like this. Not you in particular. And I was like, for real? They spend money on a billboard for people who are significantly richer than them. Huh. That's the distortion. That's the delusion in your mind to think that needs to happen. Right? Anything in your brain that's telling you that that's a good idea, there is no version I can think of that would justify it. No. Okay, here's my only version. One of them is, God forbid, we canceling and deleting everything I'm about to say, okay? God forbid one of them is sitting up in a hospital somewhere and the billboard is right in their window. I contribute to it just so they can see it every day. That's about the only version, okay? Because I think that would make a difference.
Yeah.
But any other version is an egoic thing going on.
Because it's like they're not going to see it in Las Vegas.
They're not going to see it on a bus in Seoul.
No.
And even if they saw it, it probably ain't doing the thing that we want it to do, or we're telling ourselves we want it to do. What it's doing for us is making us feel like a good Army. I'm good. I'm one of the best. I'm one of their favorite fans because I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
That's the one where I draw a line in the freaking sand. Baby, you don't bring that around me. I'm a slice that one unapologetically. Because every time it comes up, I mean, so furiously and fiercely that I feel the heat of that in my body. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, okay, yes, talk to us, Jackie. I think this originated from the early BTS days when Army really wanted to gain them any sort of visibility and respect to get them noticed. But the issue is they never let go. Yes. And
they never let go of the things that they built up in the beginning. Like in the beginning, they needed
They needed that. Things. That makes sense to me. Thank you for that, Jackie.
Yeah, they needed the billboards. They needed the streaming. They needed the voting. They needed all of these things.
We had to be like their street team.
Yeah. They don't need it no more.
They don't need it no more. So anytime you're doing it, you're participating in a very sneaky, subtle, distorted mindset that is a false sense of duty, honor, loyalty to them that is not actually real. It's not even there. It doesn't even actually exist. Because my question always is, and this is another place I would give a person a pass. But at the same time, I feel like a person who's doing this wouldn't do the billboard thing. Is, are you praying for them? Are they on your prayer list nightly and you're sending them good spiritual energy at the same time that you sent that money for the billboard? Because if you're not doing both, the billboard thing don't matter at all. But the praying part will make a difference. But I have a feeling that if you're actually praying for them, you're not going to need to do the billboard part, because you'll know that you're actually giving them exactly what the billboard is acting like it's giving them.
Yes.
And so you have come a long way since then.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, girl, before even BTS, I was always the wise friend. I'm a Sagittarius, y'all. That explains so much when I figured out I was a Sagittarius stellium, because I'm like, oh God, I've been this way all my life. Always trying to help people, teach people, give people wisdom, because I be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I be knowing. And when you're someone's peer, people be like, oh, Tracy, you think you know everything. I be knowing a lot, though. I be knowing a lot. And I've been knowing a lot since I was a kid. To the point that my mom be like, man, Tracy, you used to say stuff as a kid. And I'm like, Tracy just thinks she's smart. Black people do that as a down. And she's like, and I look back over some of the stuff you said, and you was right a lot of times. So I think it's just the gift that the divine has given me to just get truth like really quickly. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm looking at my friends and I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm like, that ain't gonna be helpful. And I'm trying to convey it to them, and they ignore me, they dismiss me, they say they're gonna do it, but then don't do it. That used to hurt my soul. It wasn't just my ego being like, you don't listen to me, because I knew as long as they didn't do that thing, that it was going to be harmful to them. And I've watched so many friends go down the path of harm, danger, and unnecessary BS because they didn't just take my advice. And so it's been a struggle for me all my life, because if I love you, ain't no way I want to see you F up your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are the first person who's come into my life that has been as receptive to my wisdom. I've just never experienced it before. I've gotten little glimpses,
I think it's so funny because you're the only friend that I listen to. Because I am a very don't tell me what to do person. If you tell me to do something, I'm probably not going to do it. Even if I plan to do it, you telling me to do it just made me not want to do it.
Oh, so you
got. I don't know why.
Stubborn.
That has always been a thing for me. Don't tell me to do something. But you're the only person that you tell me to do something, and 90% of the time I do it.
90%, I would definitely say. And I think even some of the 10% is just because I didn't told you so many things and you just kind of forgot about something I told you. I never feel like it's like, actually, no, you do it every blue moon. And I'm like, okay, let me just slow down, because she's going to eventually do it. But I have never had a friend like you. It's literally been the exact opposite. I'll have these rare moments where someone will actually take my advice, and I'll be like, I know how this is going to go. I know this is going to work out for them. And I told you about a friend from New York who she took a piece of advice that I gave her about moving to Spain, went over there, had the time of her life. And in my heart, I knew she was supposed to stay. And she was like, no, I'm coming home. And I was like, don't do that. And then what I watched her life just tumble into, So this has been as satisfying for me as almost any experience I've ever had with someone. I swear. I really understand that my role as a teacher, as an educator, as a minister, whatever you want to call me, So much of the currency is from people taking my advice and then thriving because from it. Like that is gold to me. And because I have never had it before you, I'm just more hungry for more of this. Like I need more experiences like the experience that me and you have been on for about 2 years together.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in June, I believe. 2023 or 20. Did I meet you in 2022 or 2023? Wait
It
a
had
minute.
been 2022.
Yeah, because it was that Festa dinner.
It was that Festa dinner, and it was like after the concerts.
So is this about to be year 3?
Maybe. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Damn.
That's true.
Whoa. The number 3 is very significant. I'm learning.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not like when we first met, we had this dynamic.
No.
It definitely took like a little build up. We would definitely have to look back and see when it really picked up. Because once it picked up, it was just like time started really moving fast. But at a certain point, you was just somebody I met at the Cape barbecue event, you know. So here's the thing about me. Everyone assumes that I'm an extrovert. I think you assume I'm an extrovert. Everyone assumes I'm an extrovert. Do y'all know how many members of BTS who know how to get on that stage and perform for y'all are actually introverts? Name one.
Most all of them.
Most all of them except RM and Jin.
Yeah.
It's just RM and Jin, right?
They're the only ones. Yeah.
And who would have guessed that RM was one of them? I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have guessed that RM was an E and not an I. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, RM. Because I know that him just being the leader doesn't make him an E. That's the thing. Like, because I am so attuned to myself as an introvert, y'all think that I'm an extrovert because I'm a leader. Not all leaders are naturally extroverted. Extroverted means I gain strength, power, and energy from socializing with other people. I do not. It drains me. Okay. I have to go replenish myself in the desert on a weekly basis at this point now. With all the responsibilities I have to interact with people, I got to be on that mountain every week, y'all. Because if not, my battery would just, okay? I have a friend, her name is Brooke. I know that she's an extrovert because if she was sitting in the house for too long, she would start going, oh my God, I'm getting so depressed. Let me go to a party. Let me go. And then she would come back and be like, yes, I am not that person. Okay. I like to dance. I like to perform, but I do not get replenished in my stores, my energetic stores from just doing those things. You see? So it's been a journey for me as well, right? Like to deepen into the parts of me that has a responsibility to teach, show up, be here for other people, get on this as often as I do. It's just a lot. But when you are called to something, God will give you a certain level of grace and dispensation to do something that is not natural to you. You can guarantee the members of BTS have accessed that. And a lot of them are like, okay, I don't want no more grace. I actually just want to go do something else now. We'll talk about that another time. But I think we set this up nicely. Office hours on Tuesdays on YouTube is gonna exclusively pretty much be me and Tashi as much as possible to walk you all through her journey, because I think it's worth the time to really break it down for people. Like, we're gonna probably have to go back and look at our dates and pictures and things like that. But all the stuff that I be preaching on my page about the Lulu is not the Salulu. Okay. You want reality creation. That's really the real desire of your heart. And you're using the Lulu as a distraction. All of it is real. And I always knew it was real for my own life. But I used to have this question in my mind, is it replicable with other people? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I got favor from the Lord that other people ain't got. Like, I used to really think that I was a special snowflake for real. And Tashi has proven that it is replicable. That when you take it seriously and you become a good student of this wisdom, of this way of being, all of this is related to feminine spirituality, religious deconstruction. What else? What are some other words we could say? Letting go of Delulu and idolization of other muses.
Yeah.
Stepping out of your comfort zone. All of it is when you apply yourself, the results come. Just like BTS. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
Especially Hobie. I'm not saying especially. All of them did. But
all of them did.
His story.
Especially Yoongi.
It's the Hobie story for me. It's the Yoongi story for you. It's the RM story for Patience. It's the JK story for Jackie. It's all of us have a different tug on our heart, the way each person did it. But they all have had to do it. Okay? And this is why 7 of them. So pick which one you need. Which one? Whether they picking you or you picking it. That's all. We could have debates about that all day. That is not an important debate. It's not as important as we make it. Oh no, they choose you. Whatever. He could have chose me. I could have chose him. I just know I needed him and he needed me. And it goes both ways over here. Because Hobie needs me, y'all. Okay. Sing the Rihanna song. You need me as much as I needed him. He said, I'm your hope. You're my hope. He the one that gets it. This is a reciprocal thing, babe. This is an exchange we're doing. Don't just pull from me and not give it back to me in a way that I could feel. Not in a way that's benefiting the shareholders of Hybe only. I know he appreciate that money though, a little bit. Got to. But after a certain amount, once you get a certain amount, they say that there is a diminishing returns. After you hit, I think 10 million, it's a certain number that once you hit that number, more money can't add to your joy, your happiness, your well-being. And I'm sure BTS has hit that number, okay? So that is not going to do it for them. They like ramen, y'all. They don't even care about a lot of the same stuff American celebrities care about. Did y'all see where Yoongi stayed in his documentary? Did y'all peep? Did anyone peep the living quarters that Yoongi was in when he came to Vegas to work on his album or prepare to work on the album? I'm from Vegas. Tashi's from Vegas. We know these neighborhoods pretty well. He was not in a fancy neighborhood in this city. He wasn't even in a hotel. He was like in an Airbnb, looked like.
Yeah.
I always say I was in Spring Valley. I always say he was in Spring Valley. Like he wasn't in a fly neighborhood. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he wasn't in no
they don't care. Yeah, they don't be caring about stuff. They don't be caring about that money. Like, I mean, they gotta floss it to be ambassadors. Audemars, he had his gold watch. Like, yeah, work it. You gotta work. You a brand ambassador. But them actually genuinely, I mean, Hobie probably do. Like, I mean, he likes fashion. But it's not just about having money, you know? So anyway, I'll go on a tangent. But I think what we're going to try and do with these Tuesday office hours is exemplify or illuminate more detailed segments of your story. And the next time we'll be maybe do more of a question and answer if people have questions. And what I see happening as a natural spinoff of this is that I will feel led to start formatting a class or some kind of group experience where we've taken something that me and Tashi have talked about and we set it as a foundation for other people to learn from. Okay. So I'm still a very intuitive, feminine led woman. And so I can't pre-plan, okay, syllabus, 10 weeks. No, it's going to feel very organic, but we'll know what the divine is asking us to offer to more people if they want to replicate your success, because you have quite a few wins under your belt. Even as you're aspiring for more, some of the things I've watched you accomplish, even just in the last few months, have taken my breath away. Because I was like, the only person I know used to do stuff like that is me. Okay. And so to see it happening for you and happening with more rapid acceleration for you and for me, it would be stingy of me and selfish of us to keep this from the people we've connected to, especially in Army. Because the way I feel about the reasonable, sane people in Army is that you have been vetted off the strength of having had enough sense to connect to BTS and become their fan. That sets you apart from almost every other person I know. And from that point, then I got to vet you a little bit more. But that's a great, as soon as someone say they're Army or they're a fan of BTS, I take them more seriously. I literally do. I be like, oh, we can talk. Let's talk. Like that author who I bought that book from, she's like, oh, I'm Army. I was like, wow.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Perfect, right? So y'all are already pre-qualified. You got the pre-qualification offer. But then obviously after that, there's some crazies in this Army too now. After that, then we have to see, yeah. And unlike the work that Jackie's doing and Walia's doing, which is to cast a wide net and welcome everyone in, and then we'll sift you out later. I'm doing the opposite a little bit, y'all. Do y'all see it? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to piss people off immediately. Because if you can't handle me in this, you definitely not going to be able to receive my wisdom. Mm-hmm. If you're not picking up the cues, that it ain't always going to be, I'm not always going to be, listen, Hobie is such a great example. I'm going to be Hobie, the dance teacher, alive.
Yes. Yes.
When I'm looking at you like,
yes.
What the fuck? Do that again. Quick. Oh, let's save this. Let's make sure next week, Tasha, we talk about that. Could you show everyone your jacket? Just hold it up. I saw you had it.
Yes, I do.
Isn't that a gorgeous jacket, you all?
Such a nice jacket.
We're going to talk about this jacket the next time, okay? Because that was a big lesson. And that was me, Hobie, looking at her like, you messed them steps up. You know that. Could you fix that? It was definitely crazy. Our ancestors, I have definitely connected in the spirit. When I found out that Tashi has an ancestor who was a major player in the higher education industry in Las Vegas, as soon as she told me, I was like, oh, that's the person who pulled me. And it's her grandmother. Our ancestors be chit-chatting. Our ancestors be chit-chatting with BTS's ancestors too. They be just talking. Make sure they get this. Okay. Like even today, when I started posting about Beyonce and the banjo, Sugar's ancestor was like, don't forget about that Higgum now.
Don't forget about this right here. Yeah.
That help them out. They'll understand it when, right? Because at first I wasn't thinking about him. I was just thinking about everybody is talking badly about Beyonce and I'm not having it. I don't play about Beyonce either. Beyonce fans are just a different breed that I'm not really absolutely ready to do it yet. Soon though. Soon. But yeah, the ancestors dropped that one. Go on, show them how this is related to that Higgum situation. Because it seemed like if you show the BTS example, everyone automatically is like, oh.
Yes. It's
If
like,
you
yes, like
see
you
other
have to
people.
tie everything to BTS for ARMY. Like ARMY being they little BTS bubble where nothing else exists.
I gotta penetrate. I had to learn the language. I had to learn pati, yeah. I had to learn Yungi Marini. I had to learn berry, strawberry. I had to learn. Do you know BTS? Do you know BTS? Oh, that's my favorite line, y'all. Jin got my favorite line. Do you know BTS? Yeah. You important business. Important business. Jimmy, you got no jams. I know the language. I know Bangtanese. I might not know Korean, but I know Bangtanese. Yes? Do I not? So, if all of this is enticing you to work more deeply with me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm planning on really launching more formal offerings in spring, March, end of March. But I will only be willing to work closely with people who start preparing themselves for my classes. And so you really do want to spend as much time with BTS as possible, because as more of the language that you know, it'll be easier to communicate. You're going to have to get into Harry Potter. I'm just going to make that a prerequisite, because there's too much from that world that is applicable to talk about the things we need to talk about in terms of reality creation, manifestation, magic, all of that. And I even knew to immerse myself in Harry Potter. This ain't just for these kids. I'm not doing just for these kids. I needed to know something about myself, because the group of people who I really admire the most are BTS ARMY / Harry Potter fans. You know how I feel about that group. That is some magical manifesting. And I'm like, wait a minute. Harry Potter? Okay, let me get to it. I had to spend time in that world. So if you want to work with me, at least read the first book or watch the first movie or watch all the movies, because you have to know the language of Harry Potter as well in order for me to have the most effective teaching with you, because it is a secret language. It's a secret code. And then you also want to start opening your mind to more musical genres other than BTS and K-pop. So as I see people taking those things seriously, I'm already putting you in the roster. I already got you in mind, because I'm noticing that you're seeing what time it is. That's what I always say. You see what time it is around this page about music. Music is not just entertainment, people. It never was just about entertainment. It's not the essence of music. Music is a communication, and it is a ritual. And then a group of colonizers came in, pulled it from that essence to make money and pimp it. So any example of recording has that tainted energy on top of it at all times. But the brilliance of music and the brilliance of my ancestors in particular, give a shout out to the Black Americans every day this Black History Month, is that they leave enough juju on it. Even if you just get a sprinkle, you're going to get something from it beyond just entertainment. You're going to get healed. You're going to get some power. You're going to reclaim your energy back. When you start singing Idol, they calling the song Idol, but telling you to love yourself. I love myself. It's so many things that BTS be doing with their music.
Yes.
Tashi, you're the first person that really explained to me, I'm really confused about the people who call themselves ARMY, but don't obviously be really paying attention to the music. They dancing, they la la
They
la la.
dancing and they shipping and they're obsessed with the edits, but y'all not really
Listening to the music.
listening to what the fuck they're saying. It's crazy.
And that's
Especially if you say you're any rap line fan, like any of the rap line, especially Yoongi. If you're a Yoongi fan, if you have a picture of Yoongi as your profile picture, I'm judging you if you're not listening.
When they all got mad at me for calling him a bad boy. Ooh.
That's wild to me. That's wild to me.
Hey, y'all might not have been around for that, but I have posted, I'll repost it when we get to this part where we talk about it. I was trying to gauge, like, are people understanding that when they say that they're a Yoongi stan, they are giving their inner little teenager her desire to be with the bad boy, to rebel, to go sneak across the tracks with the rebel. And people like, no, that's not the reason I like him. I'm like, you are
no, that's not who he is.
I like him because he's still okay. That's what helps you fall for it. Bad boys are really good at now. Y'all use that word duality. That's the duality right there for real. Mm-hmm. He know how to play the. He don't really want to do that shit though. He a real. And that's what you like. And that's what you like about RM2. And that's what they're going to start calling all over for J-Hope about at this damn concert. It's already happening because he's brought more of it into himself, not into his persona. He has integrated it really. It's Black masculinity wrapped up in an Asian body to make it more agreeable to you.
Yes.
JK too.
Yes.
I said it. And V now, what's your fantasy? He's pulling.
It's like, yeah, like if you haven't realized that they are making it safe for you to admit your attraction to Black masculinity, even I know that.
That's the shadow.
And I'm Black.
That's the shadow. That's the taboo that they got to work out, which is why it's great, because this is where. So anytime you go through a journey like this, the real key to staying blessed is to pass it on to the next person who needs it. Okay. So Tashi has kind of the mandate as Yoongi's wife to pass on the wisdom of the shadow and taboo and the real reason why you like Yoongi to the group of people who are still in denial. Okay, like to the people who kind of have an idea, but they can't really, get to the bottom of it. But that's really what's going on. Y'all wanna play on the dark side. Don't we all? I had a Yoongi, and I still know his number by heart. I ain't never gonna forget it. Hello. So yeah, there's a lot of work that I am responsible for. Tashi's starting to be more responsible because she has upgraded from just a student to, in Harry Potter world, it's called a prefect. Prefect is kind of like a teaching assistant. They are the go-to person before you ask the professor. Go ask Tashi, please. That's what you're there for, okay? I'll be trying to build out the curriculum and the classes and be more, and still do what I'm doing in this classroom. It's a lot. So we're just kind of acknowledging that this is a team. You talk to her, you talk to me. You talk to me, you talk to her. One person tried to get in between me and her, and they got very corrected very quickly about how tight this thing between me and Tashi, the right trovert, and Professor Bangtati is. So be very careful with your mouth about Tashi around me. It's soap energy for real.
For real.
You don't play about each other, y'all. So it's a beautiful thing. And we're just here to serve. We're here to teach, to share what we know, and serve. and we're here to serve
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, our God, BTS, who are messengers from God, and Army, right? But it kind of goes in that order, definitely for me. It's me, God, those are kind of in the same vicinity, y'all. You'll learn that later. And then it's BTS for me. I ain't putting Army over BTS. I'll let all y'all go, but I'ma stand 10 toes down, bulletproof with BTS. Because Army got some things going on in different pockets that I am not capable of helping with. It is not in my wheelhouse. I feel like some of that is Jackie and the Soup's wheelhouse. And I feel like that's Walia's Eagle Hawk. And I feel like some of it is yours. But some of that, I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole. Good luck. God bless. But I will say this outright, is that anybody who is feeling led to have a voice, to have a platform, and the only fear you have is these little trolls, don't worry about that. I handle that, okay? Don't worry about that. Please don't let your fear of that keep you from doing what God is calling you to do. Because that's a non-factor. It's actually there to catalyze you. Okay? All of us who experience the canceling, the dogpiling, all we have done since then is stepped it up. Did we not?
Yes.
I don't know if Jackie's still in the room. Did you not, Jackie? You can't stop what God has destined. You can throw them off a little bit. You can get us off. No power. They have no power except the power we give them. And I be giving them the power to go do little shit that I don't really want to do, like bring me over to YouTube. All right, y'all. I feel complete. Do you feel complete, Tashi?
Yeah.
Can someone remind us that the next time we said we was going to do this, we was going to talk about that jacket?
Yes, please
unless
do.
something else comes up, but I think the jacket is. I almost think that working backwards might even be helpful. For my memory, for one. Because when I think about
starting from the beginning is like, I just feel like we've gotten so far from there that it's like hard to
start from the beginning. We kind of got to go backwards.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk after. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? Listen, let me try to do this now, or else I will never be a good. Does anyone have any questions? Is there anything you want to ask me? Ask Tashi? Toy S. Cram, are you talking about the Delta jacket? That's not a Delta jacket. Could you show that jacket again?
Oh, yeah.
She got that jacket from a local artist in the downtown Las Vegas area who has no association with. I assume you mean like the Black sorority organization, Delta. I hope that's what you mean, and not the airline. It will be special. It will be special. It will be special. I love that video of him. He's so cute.
He's so cute.
He is so cute. Oh, that little thing Dochi was so cute. I'm so glad I knew Army was going to take stuff from TikTok and bring it to Instagram, so I don't have to be on TikTok. Because I don't play that. I don't play that falling for Hybe's antics. Oh, I thought you were talking about that K-pop guy who was wearing a D. Ooh, who is that? And who do I know you in real life? I mean, not real life, but like, I'm not familiar with your screen name. There was a K-pop idol wearing a D9 jacket. Who? I don't have any association with the Divine Nine sororities and fraternities, so. Oh, Tia. Who Tia? That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Any questions for Tashi or I? If all hearts and minds are clear. Okay, I kind of want to test something out but I wonder if, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to see how much we could get away with in terms of playing their music on YouTube, but I don't want to try.
Okay.
I don't want to try. I think we could probably get away with it on Fanbase though.
Yeah.
For now.
For now. Before
But
they get to, yeah.
That's why I want to be. Everyone, if you have not started a Fanbase account, I'm going to tell y'all right now, YouTube is going to kind of be more of like the broadcasting widely to Army and to other people. And Fanbase is like the secret society in the club, we all fam kind of energy. So just know that that's kind of the energy difference that I'm using with Fanbase. And Fanbase, I'm going to be a lot more reckless with my mouth. I'm not going to have to talk in code as much. If you are someone who has a desire to connect more deeply with women of the African diaspora, Black American women, Caribbean American women, and women from Africa, that's where we cut up and we gonna let loose with no filter. So if you've been waiting for your moment for the invite to the barbecue, you better get your little family account. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying about that. Because what I've noticed is that the people who really desire it will take that extra step to make sure they can be in the building. Shout out to Desiree. I don't think she on, but that's the one that be like, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna say nothing. And that's all I ask. Like, know that when Black women gather, this is the space where we do not have to fake, pretend, front for nobody. And there are certain dialogues and conversations that Black women in Army have that we can't make privy to other people because y'all would think that we're just being mean. And it's not that. We're just getting a different sense of it, you know? So,
yeah.
All right, y'all. It sounds like y'all ain't trying to ask us no questions. Hallelujah. My little fiery energy has come down. I'm down. I feel complete. So thank y'all so much for being here. It looks like this is gonna work out. Because at this point, I'll put it to y'all like this. If there ever becomes a point where you do want to join us on stage, I do have the capability to send an invite to up to 6 people, I believe. So this can be an even more in-depth conversation. And yeah, this StreamYard platform situation looks like it's going to work out really well. So thank y'all for being like the guinea pigs. I feel good again knowing office hours are back. I was missing them too, y'all, not gonna lie. But yeah, so also on Fanbase, that's just gonna be me on screen because there is no capability of doing double screen on Fanbase. And we'll see if we want to just do lives or if we want to play with the audio room. Also, if you want to be a part of the audio room situation on Fanbase, you don't have to be a member of the Bangtan Audio Files group chat, but that's where we're going to start hosting as regularly as possible on Sundays conversations about music, not necessarily BTS's music yet, but this is the space that I want to create to encourage people to attune their frequency to the real essence of music again, and not just for mere entertainment. To attune yourself to the wisdom that our ancestors of all races, all spaces have put into the music, but particularly the ancestors from the African diaspora. And when you start to attune to the wisdom of what they've put into the music, you will have so much clarity about how to prepare yourself for the years to come as things begin to shift, as they have already shifted. You will not be as afraid. You will not be as alarmed. There will be an ease, flow, and pleasure that you get to hold on to as chaos ensues. But if you are only still on BTS's discography wearing out the same songs you've been wearing out for more than 2 years, it's not going to help you the way that doing this work will. Got it?
Yes.
All right, y'all. I love what we are creating here. I love what God has asked me and tasked me to do. I feel up to the challenge because it doesn't feel like a challenge. It feels like an extension of my playful life, right? Hold on, let me turn this light on. They're easy. These 7, I can do this all day. What y'all need me to do? Okay, I got you. It's easy for me. It's playful. It's fun. We going to see Hobie in concert. That don't feel like a struggle. That ain't a struggle. That's fun. But there are things for you to learn in that space that deepen you just past the fun. What happened?
So my phone almost fell.
Hobie coming for y'all. Y'all get that, right? And the fact that I'm gonna be there to witness so many people, like it's gonna be people that we met, and I'm gonna be able to be like my friend Chris and be looking at them when it happened. That moment they shift, you know. I can't wait. This is fun for me, y'all. I love it. I love it here. I love being a fan of BTS, and because I love them, I deals with Army. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the way it feels for me. But it's a good time, and it's gonna be special. That's exactly what it's gonna be. So everyone's excited. Everyone is excited. It's unfortunate for some of y'all, I won't be able to. This is why I was trying to telepathically send the message to Hobie to do Vegas. And I think he didn't pick it up, y'all. I wanted him to so badly. But that's okay because there are other experiences that we can have in this town that doesn't have to center around the concert. Vegas really is a K-pop lover city. On a regular day, we can go and do fun things together. So we don't necessarily need a concert. It would have been nice. And I was thinking about the people who are going to come to LA. There are some things that I know that city well enough to be able to like plan something where we get together. So yes, Tashi is the TA, aka prefect. Our language, okay, because we use it. If there's any like I would say like logistical questions, like questions that just like someone the other day was like, where do I go to get sorted into my Harry Potter house? Tashi. But if you have a question, I mean, it'll all work out. We're gonna figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It's all coming together very organically. But we are moving into a new chapter where we're gonna treat this with more reverence and sacredness. That's the best way to put it. So I love all y'all, for real. I do. It's the same way that BTS be like, we love you, Army. I know that they just kind of mean it generally, but I think they really mean it, you know? And that's how I feel about y'all. I don't know y'all in real life like that, but generally I think I'm so attuned to God's work bringing us together. I can say I love y'all because I love that God brought this group. And because I trust God, I know I can say that without it being detrimental to me. And because I be overflowing with the shit anyway.
Yeah.
I can give it to you. It don't hurt me none. Just like to these kids, like it's just who I am now. So it ain't hard for me to say it or be that. And that's really the goal of all of this. That's really the journey. That's where we're trying to get to perfect the divine love, to be Christ in the world, to bring heaven to earth. Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna stop right there. How long do we go for? An hour and a half?
That's not bad.
That's what I usually do on lives, is about 90 minutes. So that's what we're going to try and stick with a schedule a little bit this year, though. All right, y'all. Peace and love, everyone. Thursday, fan base. Same time, different place. And Sunday, fan base for Bangtan Audio Files discussion. All right. Barahe. Bye. Bye.